Hello students, welcome to the Java class. In this video, we are going to see what is an interface. So interface, we do not have an exact definition. So based on the applications, we can define what is an interface, or based on the usage, we can define what is an interface. So now we shall see the first definition of an interface. So any service requirement specification is considered as an interface. So what is an interface? Any service requirement specification is considered as an interface. So in short form, this service requirement specification is commonly called as SRS, service requirement specification. Okay, so what is an interface? Any service requirement specification is considered as an interface. Now we shall see the example for this definition. So consider this is a Java application. So this is a Java application. So now this Java application has to make a connection with database. Now consider this is a database, and consider this is a Oracle database. Oracle database. For a Java application to make a connection with database, what is required? For an application to make a connection with database, we require a database drivers. Consider these are the drivers. Next. So now consider my Java application has to make a connection with another database, that is MySQL database. MySQL DB. Now this Java application has to make a connection with this MySQL database. So what is required to make a connection? To make a connection, we require a drivers. Next, consider another database. Consider this is a PostgreSQL. So there is another database. The name is PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL. Okay. Now this Java application wants to make a connection with this PostgreSQL database. So what is required to make a connection? We require a drivers. So here, how many Java applications are there? Only one Java application is there. How many databases are there? 3 different databases are there. We have Oracle DB, MySQL DB, and PostgreSQL DB. So if the application has to work with Oracle database, it will make use of Oracle drivers. If the application has to work with MySQL database, it will make use of MySQL DB drivers. If the application wants to make use of PostgreSQL DB, it will make use of PostgreSQL DB drivers. So there should be something common in between all these drivers, right? There should be something common. The requirement should be common for all these drivers. So who is going to provide the requirement for all these drivers? The requirement will be given by JDBC API. So the requirement for all the drivers will be provided by JDBC API. So JDBC stands for what? It stands for Java Database Connectivity. So what is this API stands for? API stands for Application Programming Interface. So what is this JDBC? JDBC is an interface. So what this interface specifies? This interface specifies the requirement to develop the driver softwares. So this JDBC API defines which methods has to be implemented by these drivers and which classes has to be implemented by these drivers. So for this driver software, this JDBC API acts as a requirement specification. So say suppose, and now we want to develop our own database. So for example, consider we want to develop our own database, and the database name is CMRU database. Consider this is our own database and the database name is CMRU DB, CMRU database. Now this Java application has to work with this CMRU database. To work with this CMRU database, what is required? We require drivers. So we require drivers. So we have to develop drivers for this database. To develop drivers, so what is required? We require a requirement specification is required. From where we will get a requirement specification? The requirement specification we will get from this JDBC API. So what is an API? So what is an interface? API means interface, right? Application Programmer Interface. I stands for interface. So what is an interface? Any service requirement specification is considered as an interface. Okay, this is the first definition of an interface. So to develop an drivers, we require a requirements. From where we will get a requirements? We will get a requirement from this JDBC API, Application Programmer Interface. So this is the first definition of an interface, that is any service requirement specification is considered as an interface. Now we shall see the second definition of an interface. So consider this person is a client. Next, consider this person has several requirements. So he wants some college automation system to be developed. So consider this is a college automation system. College automation system. So in this college automation system, client has several requirements. So consider the first requirement is some attendance management system. Consider that as M1. Next, he wants a marks management system. Consider that as M2. And he has several other requirements, M3, M6, and so on up to Mn. So these are the requirements of this client. So what is these requirements? These requirements is nothing but an interface, right? Requirements is nothing but an interface. So who is responsible to implement all these requirements? Who is responsible to implement all these requirements? Service provider is responsible to implement all these requirements. So consider this person is a service provider. So who is this person? He is a service provider. Service provider. From client's point of view. So what is an interface? From client's point of view, interface is a set of services what he is expecting. So from client's point of view, an interface is a set of services what he is expecting. So from service provider point of view, what is an interface? From service provider point of view, an interface is a set of services what he is offering. Okay. From client's point of view, an interface is a set of services what he is expecting. From service provider point of view, an interface is a set of services what he is offering. Can we say this interface is an agreement? Can we say this interface is some agreement? Yes. Or some contract? Yes. An interface is a contract. Between whom and whom? Between client and service provider. So any contract between client and service provider is considered as an interface. So what is the second definition? What is second definition? What is the second definition of an interface? Any contract between whom and whom? Client and service provider is considered as an interface. So any contract between client and service provider is considered as an interface. So interface has how many definitions? It has two definitions based on the usage. So what is the first definition? What is first definition? Any service requirement specification is considered as an interface. So what is the second definition? Any contract between the client and the service provider is considered as an interface. That is a contract between clients and service provider. From client's point of view, what is an interface? Interface is a set of services what he is expecting. From service provider point of view, what is an interface? Interface is a set of services what he is offering. So any contract between client and service provider is considered as an interface. So now we shall see an example for an interface. So here we are going to see how to declare an interface and how to provide implementation for an interface. So this is not a complete example. The complete example I will teach you in the lab program. Okay. Here we are going to see just how to declare an interface and how to provide an implementation for an interface. Okay. So first we should see how to declare an interface. So how to declare an interface? Interface can be declared by using interface keyword. So what is the keyword? Interface. After this we have to provide a name for an interface. I will give a name for an interface as interf. Okay. Next, within the interface, what we should specify? We should specify the requirement specification. So my first requirement is, consider it is void m1. This is the first requirement. My second requirement is public abstract void m2. This is my second requirement. So this interface has how many requirements? This interface has two requirements, m1 and m2. So here one important point you should remember. So what is the type of m1? It is just void m1. What is the type of m2? It is public abstract void m2. Remember this. By default all the methods inside the interface is public and abstract. Even though we are not specifying in the case of m1 is also a public method and it is also a abstract method. So what is that? By default interface methods are public and abstract. Even though we are not specifying public and abstract explicitly here, by default it is a public method and it is a abstract method. So that is the first point. So we have declared an interface declaration. So this is an interface declaration. So how to declare an interface? Interface can be declared by using interface keyword followed by name of the interface. Within that interface we have to provide a requirements in a form of methods we are specifying. So what is the point we should remember here? Even though we are not specifying public and abstract, by default all the methods are public and abstract in the interface. So what is the second step? The second step is we have to provide an implementation for this interface. So how to provide an implementation for an interface? To provide an implementation for an interface, we require a class. Next, I will name this class as service provider. Next, this service provider class is responsible to implement which interface? Interface. How it can implement? By using implements keyword. Implements. It should implement which interface? Interf. Okay. So why this implements keyword is used? Implements keyword is used to provide an implementation for an interface. Now here which interface I am providing implementation? In this example we are providing an implementation for interface. So remember this. Now within this service provider class I will take void m1. Consider this is an implementation for this m1 method. So is this valid code or invalid code? Is this valid or invalid? This is 100% invalid. So if this is invalid, how many mistakes we have made in this program? How many mistakes we have made? We have made 2 mistakes. Okay, we have made 2 mistakes. So what is the first mistake we have did? The first mistake is, so by default all the methods inside interface is what? Public and abstract. So here what I have written? Just void m1. So what we are doing here? While overriding, we are overriding, right? Here we have declared a method m1. Here we are overriding that method m1. While overriding, we cannot reduce the scope of an access modifier. What was the scope here? The scope here was public. So what is the scope here? Here the scope is default. So we are reducing the scope. So while overriding the interface method, we are not supposed to reduce the scope of an access modifier. So if we have a scope as public, here also it should be a public. That is the mistake one. So first I will compile this and show. So yes, Java C. What is the name? Service provider. Dot Java. So what is that error? In line number 9, error M1 in service provider cannot be implement M1 in an interface. Void M1. Here it is showing an error. Why? Attempting to assign a weaker access privileges. Before the access privileges was public. So while implementing an interface method inside a class, compulsory the method should be what? It should be a public method. So this is point number 2. So what is point number 1? Point number 1 is by default all the interface methods are public and abstract. Even though we are not specifying it, by default all the methods are public and abstract. So what is point number 2? Point number 2 is while implementing the method inside a class, compulsory the method should be a public method. Now I will compile this. We will get one error. So we are getting only one error. Okay, so what is that error? Read before that. So what is an interface? An interface is a contract between a client and a service provider. So from client's point of view, what are these? These are the service which are expected by the client. From service provider point of view, what are these? These are the set of services offered by the service provider. So these are the set of services offered by the service provider. In this example, you can see he has offered a service for M1 method. What about M2? M2 is not offering service, so he is breaking the contract. So that is why we are getting an error. So what is that error we are getting? So what is the type of a method inside a interface? The method type is abstract. If the method is abstract, compulsory we should provide an implementation inside a class. So see that error. Service provider, line number 7, error. Service provider is not abstract and does not override abstract method M2 in interrupt. So if a method is abstract, compulsory we should provide an implementation for that method inside a class. Compulsory we should provide an implementation for a method inside this class. How to provide? Public void M2. Now we are providing an implementation for this method. Now it will show any error? No, now it will not show any errors. You can see it will compile fine. There are no errors in this case. So what are the points we should remember here? By default, all the methods inside interface is public and abstract. What is the second point? While providing an implementation for an interface, compulsory the method should be a public method. What is the third point? The third point is a class. The implementation class should provide implementation for all the methods inside a interface. If an interface has two methods, compulsory the implementation class should provide implementation for all the methods. If it is not providing an implementation, what will happen? If it is not providing an implementation, we are going to get a compile time error. So I don't want to provide an implementation for M2. What is the possibility? The possibility is I should make the class as abstract class. I should make this class as abstract class. Now this code will compile. You can check here. So before abstract class I will compile and show. I will show the error. Compile. We will get an error. So what is that error? Inside service provider is not an abstract and doesn't override method abstract method M2. Here we are not overriding abstract method M2. That is why we are getting an error. Compulsory we should override the abstract method or we should declare the class as abstract. Now I will name this class as abstract class. Even though I'm not providing an implementation for M2, what is the solution? The solution is I can make this class as abstract class. Now the code compiles fine. It will not give any error. Now who is responsible to provide implementation for M2? Who is responsible to provide implementation for M2? The child of service provider. Assume sub-service provider is a child of service provider. Class sub service provider extends what? Service provider. Now this sub-service provider is responsible to provide an implementation for M2 method. This is responsible to provide an implementation for M2 method. So public void M2. Save this. So before that, yes, compile this. The code compiles fine because this sub-service provider is providing an implementation for this M2 method. Now what I will do is I will remove this M2 method. I will remove this M2 method. If I compile this code, what I will get? I will get a error. What is that error? Compile time error. Method M2 is an abstract. Compulsory it should be overridden inside a sub-service provider, or the class sub-service provider should be named as an abstract class. That is the error we are going to get. Compile. So what is the error we are getting? Class sub-service provider is not an abstract class and it is not overriding abstract method M2. So compulsory we should override M2 inside a sub-service provider. If we are not overriding, we can make this as abstract. Save this, compile. It compiles fine. Is it clear? If we are not overriding a method, we should make the class as abstract class. If we are overriding a method, we should make the class as a normal class. Is it clear? So I will remove this. I will override a M2 method. Public void M2. So now the code compiles fine because we are overriding M2 method here and the class is a normal class. It compiles fine. So what is the conclusion? So how to define or declare an interface? Interface can be declared using interface keyword followed by name of the interface. What the interface should contain? Interface should contain a set of services, that is a set of methods. Next, by default all the methods in an interface is public and abstract. Even though we are not specifying public and abstract, all the methods are by default public and abstract. Next, who is responsible to provide an implementation for the interface methods? Who is responsible to provide? Class is responsible to provide an implementation for the interface methods. Next, how it will implement a class? A class can implement an interface by using implements keyword. Next, what is the next point? While implementing a method, while implementing a interface method, compulsory the method should be declared as public method. Otherwise, we are going to get a compile time error. Next, if a class is not implementing any of the interface method, then the class should be named as a abstract class. So if a class is not implementing any of the method, compulsory the class should be named as a abstract class. Next, who is responsible to provide implementation for that method? The child class of this class is responsible to provide an implementation for that abstract method M2. Here the child class is sub-service provider, which is extending service provider. Here we are providing an implementation for that method. If we are not providing an implementation, we will get compile time error. So is this clear? So if you have any doubts, please contact me and I will give the complete example in the lab program. Okay.